Welcome back. So, now that you understand the difference between marketing, branding, and advertising, we're going to briefly take a look at how to put together your marketing strategy. Now, one thing that is very important to remember is that marketing is a living, breathing, moving entity. It constantly shifts, so you have to be able to shift with it. So everything you put into your marketing strategy, just realize that it's not set in stone and it needs to be flexible in order to be successful. As we touched on in the last chapter, a large part of marketing involves analytics, your industry analysis, your target market analysis, and your competitive analysis. And your marketing is only relative as long as you've done this research before you start your marketing efforts. So, you have to know your industry. You need to study your target audience and you need to know your competition. You also need to know what your customers' values and needs are. Understanding the needs and values of your clients will then allow you to create an easy to remember slogan, mission statement, and messaging that communicates your brand. So, let's talk about your messaging for a few minutes. When developing and defining your message, you always want to start out with your why first. Why does your company exist? Why should people care? Remember, people don't buy what you do. People buy why you do it. And as we discussed in the last chapter, your brand, which is your why, doesn't say buy me. Instead, it says this is what I am. This is why I exist. If you agree, if you like it, you can buy, support me, and recommend me to your friends. Now, only once you have your why down should you get into your product or service features and benefits. And I'm going to tell you why. If your messaging only focuses on features and benefits, then you're no different than anybody else out there. You want to connect with your audience by giving them the why behind the what first. Then you can get into your benefits like lower prices, greater reliability, or faster speed, or increased convenience. And make sure you also include user benefits in your messaging. What does your product or service do and what need does it fill for the customer? How will your product or service affect the customer financially? Will it save them money or increase productivity? And what about well-being? How will your product or service affect your customer's well-being? Maybe by providing the customer with less worry or more time. And here's a big one. Does your product or service improve the self-image of your client? If so, then use this in your messaging. You see, the key to marketing is grabbing top-of-mind awareness. Let me tell you what that means. Top-of-mind awareness isn't just for your clients to buy your product or services again. It's for them to pass along their experiences to others and to be able to reiterate what the name of your company is. So let me give you the example of FUBU, an acronym that stands for us by us and was meant back in the day to reinforce for a customer that we were just like them, making clothes we wore ourselves. At the time, my partners and I thought it was the kind of name and message that could actually start a movement. A movement away from the big department store brand that didn't seem to cater to my lifestyle, my community, and towards a self-styled clothing line that was inclusive, affordable, and filled with street credibility. And it did. Folks came to know us, to connect with us, and it got to where people could tell the story even if they've never tried on a piece of our clothing. So, when putting together your marketing strategy, there are many things to consider. Who are you targeting and where are they located? Again, this is information that you can get from your target market analysis. Then you need to look at what's your message and why do people care. Then finally, you need to look at how and when to deliver your message. This is where advertising comes into your marketing plan. There are a wide variety of marketing and advertising channels, both online and offline, that you can use to actually get your message out to your target market. So, over the course of the next couple of chapters, some of my business experts and I are going to give you information on how you might work these various channels into your marketing plan. But first, I'd like you to take a quick quiz on your marketing strategy. I'll see you soon.